Good morning, everybody. This is Rodney Govens, Democratic candidate, U.S. House District 1 here in Arkansas, and wanted to talk to you about foster care, being that we're winding down Foster Care Awareness Month here in the month of May. And we had a busy month. We've had a border visit, we've had a couple of events, but foster care awareness is really a foundational piece that we don't talk enough about. And I wanted to go ahead and expand on it and really talk about some of the details that we continuously as a society, I wouldn't say ignore, but we kind of turn a blind eye to. Worst kept secret in America is that the foster care system is broken. But the good news is there are ways that we can fix it, especially through more efficient legislation, and really just understanding some of the challenges there. So, our campaign really takes the foster care situation very, very personally and deeply, and it's because I take it personally and deeply. Um, and here's why. When I was 12 years old, my biological mother, who shall remain nameless right now, I'm not going to put her on blast, but she put me at Epworth Children's Home. That's a children's home in Columbia, South Carolina. It's ran by the United Methodist Church. Shouts out to Epworth. Um, it was a great placement. Uh, Not all placements are great, and I got lucky by being placed there. I was able to learn some independent living skills there, which again, not all placements do that. Not all foster homes do that. At age 12, going into age 13, I was a freshman in high school. I graduated when I was 17 years old. So I was always able to capitalize academically, um, which helped me navigate the foster care system. I got extremely lucky when I was 15 years old. I got taken out of foster care and taken into a family. Most of the people that I was in foster care with, uh, dead or in jail. That's the bottom line there. So I am an aberration. Um, I got extremely lucky in making it out, and I don't understand why we can't make my story the norm. Right now, most kids, and there's about 300 to 350 of them that age out of foster care every year in the state of Arkansas alone. 90, I'd say 90% of them don't even know their own social security number. Not knowing your social security number is a big deal because how in the world can you go and apply for jobs? How can you become a productive member of society? How can you become an adult? That is one aspect of it. Not to mention dealing with the trauma of constantly moving placements, constantly being reminded that you're a child in foster care. Imagine being a child in foster care for just a second, where when you need clothes because you've grown, the Department of Human Services caseworker says that you have to wait until your next court date to get a clothing voucher. That happens right now. And if you don't believe me, go sign up to be a court appointed special advocate and go represent some of these kids in foster care. That is one small piece of being in foster care. Every day is a fight. Imagine transferring schools like I did from Richland Northeast High School to Dreer High School in Columbia, South Carolina, and being told that they don't believe you when you say that you're taking all honors classes and all AP classes. I literally was told by a guidance counselor by the name of Mr. Jones that maybe I'd be more comfortable in tech prep classes until they got my transcripts because he didn't believe me when I told him I was taking AP biology my freshman year. When I told him I was taking discrete mathematics going into my sophomore year, he looked at me and said, "Well, maybe you want to take algebra 2 again." Even though I got a B from Miss Ewing, my algebra 2 freshman year. Yeah, that doesn't vibe. Every day as a foster kid is a fight. I got lucky. I had I had an advocate. She just happened to be my caseworker there at Epworth Children's Home. Her name was Miss Shayna Charles. I had another advocate who was the overall case manager. His name was Dr. Jerry Allred. And I had the greatest house parent in the world named Miss Lil Bellinger, who I still talk to this day. My story may have ended well, but that story is unique. Not everybody's as lucky as I am. I may not have hit the lottery for $1 billion, but I felt like I hit the lottery worth way more, because I'm not dead or in jail like many of my counterparts that went through foster care with me. I can drop names. I can give you situations, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to put anybody out there on blast. I will give you one story, though. One story that's all too prevalent. One story, and I'm going to give you his first name. His name's Sean. Sean was in foster care with us. I lived in the Doug Gray cottage. Sean lived in the Sill Gray cottage. Sean was getting out of care, going back to live at home. It's what he wanted. It's what he said he wanted. When Sean was talking about home, we knew home wasn't a good idea for him. It's what he said he wanted. Sean went home with no CASA advocate. Case closed. No caseworker to follow up. Sean came to visit us 2 weeks after he got home. Hung out with us, played basketball. We played some video games. That was the last day I saw Sean. Sean took his own life a few weeks later. That happens more often than you probably want to admit to yourself. And that is why my house parent pushed me into being a court-appointed special advocate. And that's why I started being one 6 years ago in 2017 here in Lonoke County at Grand Prairie CASA. And that's why I'll never quit doing that job. It's the best job I never got paid for. We're running this campaign to help people. We're running this campaign to help fight against low wages to our teachers, our firefighters, our civil servants, our caseworkers, our police officers. We're running this campaign to fight against inflation and corporate greed. Because inflation ain't inflation when grocery stores are publicly traded and recording record profits and record revenues. We're fighting against corporate greed that doesn't want to go and expand broadband into rural communities because there's not enough homes passed. We're running this campaign for a lot of reasons. But I'm a CASA because I'm tired of losing our kids in the system. I'm tired of it. And through legislation, through creation of independent living programs for those teenagers that we all know, once you turn 13, the rates of adoption crash through the floor. You're not getting adopted. We know that. So why don't we go ahead and prepare you to be a productive member of society? That's what Epworth did. So why can't we replicate that, not just across Arkansas, but across the country? We're running this campaign so that every single child that's aging out of the system understands their options. You don't have to age out when you turn 18. You don't have to leave foster care. And I don't want you to feel like you have to leave foster care as a child in care. We're running this campaign for a lot of different reasons. But for Foster Care Awareness Month, I want to make sure everybody here understands foster care is not a situation that any child should have to go through. And everybody should want to pitch in to fix it. Now, that's the bad news, is that foster care in this country and in this state is broken. But here's the good news. We can fix it. And here's how. Number one, we need to vote. We need to stop voting for these feckless leaders that turn a blind eye to the very system that they empower to stay broken. We need to vote for some new leadership that wants to fix these issues. And we can do that. That's simply voting. November's right around the corner. Number two, let's support these candidates. And there's a slate of them. And I can run through the list real quick. There's a few of them that come to my mind right now, right off the top of my head. Number 1, Jesse Magruder. Number 2, Lincoln Barnett. Number 3, David McAvoy. Number 4, Erica Asklin. We've got a slate of candidates up and down the ballot. Tom Bartol right here in Cabot. Everyone that I associate with wants to fix foster care, not just at the state level, but also at the national level. Caitlin Draper, Marcus Jones, and Reese Howard right here in Arkansas want to fix it. Jared Christensen, Tammy Wilson over in Ohio. Let's support these candidates. Let's make sure David Kim over in California gets some support. Because together we can. We can fix this. We can draft up legislation that creates independent living programs, that incentivizes people to open their homes with enough love, that takes away this faith-based, slanted application process so that same-sex couples can also start fostering. And did you know that it is not illegal to be a same-sex couple and foster? Did you know that there's no discriminatory boundaries so that if you are in a same-sex relationship, you can not only foster, but you can adopt? You can adopt right through your Department of Human Services locally, especially here in Arkansas. No matter what they tell you, you can do that. And if you don't know, please reach out, rodneyforcongress.org, and I'll walk you through the process myself and explain exactly how you can do that. Furthermore, did you know that you don't even have to be married or be in a relationship to foster or adopt? You can do that as a single parent. And if anybody needs to, please look up Ramsey. She is a single foster parent. She's also a single adoptive parent. She recently adopted 2 wonderful children here in the state of Arkansas. And she is a wonderful, wonderful parent. Please get with her, and she has a podcast. She walks you through the entire process, and she's great. She makes awesome TikTok videos too, by the way. Shouts out to Ramsey. Please, please, please don't turn a blind eye anymore. Please, please, please help us fix foster care. And please, please, please vote for better leadership. Because we support better candidates today, everyone's going to have a brighter future tomorrow. It's not about us. It's about our kids. And kids in foster care are ours. Make no mistake about it. This is Rodney Govens, Democratic nominee for U.S. House District 1 right here in Arkansas. Looking forward to the election in November, and with your support, I know we can win. Thank you.